There isn't a lot to report today on my visit to Kay because she seemed to be in surprisingly good condition. She knew me and she smiled. She responded to me when I greeted her with a hug and a kiss. So she seemed to be in very good spirits. So we won't go with that. What I would like to talk to you about is I live across what they call, I have always been interested in what's going on around me, and I can see this harbor here in Tacoma. I've been to Tacoma hundreds of times, but I've always been on my way through it, going somewhere else. So I know a lot about Tacoma, except what I read in the newspaper. But Tacoma is a major container ship port on the west coast. So I am interested, and I can see a container ship terminal across what is called Commencement Bay. On this side of the bay is some huge factory, I don't know its name, and it's incredible. I'm incredulous that everyone I talk to around here can't name the name of that huge factory that seems to make pressed board and stuff like that. So I just called the Port of Tacoma to find out what is going on. And this terminal across, if you look at I won't be able to do much editing because my eyes are so bad. And on this editing program, the picture of what I'm seeing and trying to edit is so small that it's almost impossible. So I can't give you, do much pointing out what's here and there, but you will see these little electric, well, good size because they have to carry, I guess, 40,000 pound containers, and container ships can carry thousands of these things. Recently, the Port of Tacoma, Seattle, and I think Olympia formed an alliance to which I haven't got the details on yet, but will supposedly be a port equal, about third in size in the entire United States. I had a real short time to talk to one of the people at the port, so, but I'm sure it's the third largest. And the only thing I don't remember for sure is must be Olympia, because unless it was Everett port. So I can't see, however, although there's an alliance, that one port welcoming the other port getting the business. So I'm sure there's that competition going to continue no matter what the port commissioners decide to do. I apologize for being such a poor narration because there's so much information about shipping which is interesting, and I have decided to add some video with narrated as I filmed it, which will be follow right now. These are the huge cranes that loads the containers on the ships or unloads them. It's I don't know how tall they are, but they're very, very high, and looks like they can load many at a time. They can load a ship, I don't know how fast, but very quickly. There are the containers, and you'll notice well, not little, but the cart. Now, I don't know if there's any people on that or not, but I don't think so. Everything is being automated, and of course that is the future of all industry, is automation. Now that they've got robots there's going to be jobs are not going to China, they're just going nowhere. Now let's see if we can find, there's a container right there. Now, I see there's containers there on the ship. Is that a ship? Well, I'm sorry, it goes out. I got a building is in the way, and and across the way is more containers, K-line. But there's a lot of these little things going around. They're on tracks apparently. The reason I can't get closer is I'm shooting through a window, and when I get to my zoom too far out, it doesn't focus. I could go to an open window, but I'm not going to do that. I was hoping we could get one of these things loading up as one of these containers, if that's how they do it. Yeah, they must do that. Of course, they unload ships with these things too. And the ship can carry thousands of these containers. They went to containers partially because the longshoremen were breaking up the individually packaged shipping containers. They had unload with a crane, and they had dropped one, and it would break open, and that was in the day when the electronics was just coming in big time from Japan, before China was opened up. It might be sacrilege to think that the longshoreman would steal something, but I'm afraid that's can't help that. Now, do you see any men on that? Do you see any men on that? See, that defocuses slightly. Yang, that's the Yang terminal there. There's a container on that thing. Or did they just load it? Oh, no. I'd like to see them do something, but that's how I go far as I could go further to the right. That's called starboard in sailor talk.